So again, one of my magazine-free Eaglemoss Starship pickups, this one. But ironically, given the size of this one, it isn't really a starship. It's just a Klingon shuttle, or a Klingon transport ship anyway, but it's not much bigger than shuttle-sized. So I've got this enormous model for it. And I guess what it was, fairly rapidly, because it's got the Klingon insignia on the outer hull, but I did do my trick of checking the bottom side of the stand as well, just to reassure myself that I got it right, because it's quite a pale green for a Klingon ship, but obviously Klingon ships do tend to be green, so I figured that's what it was. And this is from an Enterprise episode. As I recall, I think Captain Archer had sort of gone undercover somewhere, but he'd been spotted by this Klingon on a sort of trade run, and he was wanted in the Empire, so this guy had basically sort of nabbed him, and I think obviously ultimately Archer gets free of him inside the ship and is then picked up by Enterprise, but we'd never seen this type of Klingon ship before, so as Enterprise often did, it introduced a lot of sort of pre-TOS era ship designs that we'd not seen before, and this was one of them. But it was the sheer size of this one really that attracted me to it, because I don't think I'd ever seen it in the flesh before, and I just thought it would be quite a cool one to pick up because it's so big. I mean, it's way bigger than the sort of the shuttlecraft that you get in the sort of the express shuttlecraft kind of sets, but it's also way bigger than a lot of the sort of the battleships and stuff that you get as well. So you've got this hilarious thing where the Eaglemoss ships are very much scaled to the boxes that they come in. So this is clearly designed like this because it's a relatively sort of square, or just rectangular ship size. So they just take up all the available space in the standard packaging to stick it into. It's a really good weight as well, actually. It's, I think, plasticky on this underside bit, but the actual top half is really solid. I mean, I really like that as a ship. I quite like the sort of, I quite like it as a sort of flying wedge, but quite a sort of thin ship. So it looks like it would be quite useful in a fight, because if it could get side onto you, you'd have a bit of a problem locking onto that. I mean, top-wise, not so much, clearly, because it's got a large surface area on the dorsals and ventral sides, but side on, that's pretty cool. It's cool. I like. I mean, as shuttles go, that's really nice. So that's a surprisingly. Well, I say surprisingly. I mean, Eaglemoss are always really good with their design because this was from the CGI era. They can put a lot of detail into it very easy and very quickly for any given episode. Well, I say very quickly. I don't know how long these things take to design. I'm sure a lot of thought did go into it, and I dare say that the magazine for this would have been quite interesting, actually. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's even got quite a lot of almost a bit of negative space at the back there. But the impulse engines are there. I'm assuming those are impulse rather than warp nacelles. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. I definitely like it. Let's get it on its stand for completion's sake. I'm just going through so many different iterations of these little Perspex stands to get everything onto. You'd think I'd have learned to get a pair of scissors to hand by now, wouldn't you? I haven't, though. Right, and now so I'm guessing that the stand probably fits in where that negative space is. I'm guessing. That seems about right, I think. Yes. Yeah, so there she is. So yeah, so it's a nice display ship, that, I think. Definitely one of the advantages of the Enterprise era is that they had a lot of opportunity to play with both species that we knew and species that we didn't, so they could just go to town on the ship designs, but they are so nicely done. It's they're always nice ones to display, and again, I have no more space on my Enterprise shelf, but it does have its own shelf simply because there are so many different craft from that particular era that that they can work with, because they've got CGI models to make into the real models, of course. So yep, I'm gonna have to find another shelf from somewhere. So I think that's it for this one. I don't have any of the technical readout for it, I'm afraid. So I shall move on to the next. Cheers for now.